Hey guys, welcome back everybody. Hope you all are doing great. Guys, today in this video we are going to troubleshoot one common issue of enterprise networks. And this is my scenario. As you can see in my network, there are two ISP, ISP1 and ISP2. Both are connected with one server, let's say 8.8.8 DNS. Okay, and this is my internal network LAN network. In the LAN, there are two edge router, R2 and R3. ISP1 is the primary ISP, ISP2 is the backup ISP. And here I have one LAN device router R1 which is connected with LAN switch where I am running subnet 10.1.1.0/24. So this is my internal network, and in the internal network there are two edge routers, R2 and R3. I want to use R2 as a primary router, R3 as a backup router to access internet, right? So my requirement is very simple. Whenever LAN user want to access internet, they will forward traffic to router 1, and router 1 should forward traffic to router number 2, and router 2 will forward traffic to ISP1, right? So this way all the LAN users are going to access internet. But in case of failure, whenever let's say router 2 will goes down, then automatically R1 should shift traffic towards router number 3. Or when this link will goes down, right, it should perform failover, it should shift the traffic. Or if ISP will goes down, it should perform failover. But issue over here is, you can see, problem is failover is not working in case of WAN link failure, right? So guys, when this link is going down, in that case failover is not working, right? So first of all, let's verify the issue and then we'll see the troubleshooting steps, how you can fix it. I'm going to show you a step-by-step process to troubleshoot these kinds of issue in the network. First of all, I have to identify which routing protocol I am running in the internal network, right? So for that I can access any router, let's say R1. And before verifying the routing protocol, let me verify the issue, right? So guys, to verify the issue, first of all, let me check what IP address is running on the LAN interface. So IP interface brief exclude unassign. So LAN interface is F2/0. F2/0 is connected with internal switch. So on F2/0 IP address, you can see 10.1.1.1, right? And you can check the detailed configuration of this interface by running command show run interface F2/0. So submit mask is, you can see, /24. OSPF routing protocol is running here. You can see IP OSPF1, and network type here I have configured point to point. Even this command is not required on the LAN interface F2/0. I am going to remove this command. Say no to this. Okay. And now let me ping 8.8.8, ping 8.8.8.8 and source LAN interface fast Ethernet 0/0. First let me check, is there any connectivity to 8.8.8 without defining source? No, you can see. Because guys, route is not available. In this case, my edge router will not perform translation. Maybe my edge router is performing translation for internal subnet for 10.1.1.0, right? Even you can verify that. On router number 2, you can run one command, enable so run section IP NAT for an example. Let me check the NAT configuration over here. You can see in NAT I have defined source list number 10. Let me check access list. So access list, and in access list you can see I have defined this subnet, the LAN subnet, right? So only LAN users can access internet. Now let me ping again 8.8.8, but this time I am going to ping from the LAN interface, from the same subnet which I have configured in the NAT, right? Like which is the source in NATing. So now I am expecting the communication, and you can see ping is working. Ping is working. Everything is fine. If I will check from which path I am accessing the internet, then I can use traceroute command, traceroute 8.8.8, and then source again fast Ethernet 2/0, and now I am saying numeric. So you can see traffic is going to 12.1.1.2. Guys, the subnet between router 1 and router 2 is 12.1.1.0. Here subnet is 13.1.1.0. IP address on this interface is 12.1. IP address on this interface is 12.2. IP address over here is 13.3. IP address over here is 13.1. So you can see next hop IP is 12.1.1.2. In the trace route, this is the first hop, means router 2. Traffic is going via router number 2. 2 only, via primary link only, right? So that is fine. But what is the issue over here is failover. Failover is not working in case of WAN link failure. So let me do one thing. Let me don the WAN link for a moment to check, to verify the issue. And before that, I am going to send lots of ICMP traffic. Let's say repeat 1000 ICMP. And now I am going to access router 2, and here say config t interface f1/0, which is WAN interface, and I am going to say shutdown. And now you can see the ping is not working. That means definitely failover is not working. Failover is not working. Router 1 is not shifting the traffic towards router number 3. So now we need to fix it. Now we need to troubleshoot it. First, I am going to run noshut command on the WAN link. Noshut, and again ping will start working. Just wait, and you can see now ping started working. Again, all the LAN users are able to access internet. Now we need to verify the issue. Why this is the issue? So guys, in my LAN side, which protocol I am running here? Here I am running OSPF protocol, right? So maybe I am receiving default or through OSPF on router number 1, right? In 99% cases, you will be receiving default route from the OSPF routing protocol only on the LAN devices. So on router number 1, let me check the routing table, because you know on the edge router we should have default route towards both the router, both the edge router, towards router 2 also and towards router 3 also. Maybe this default route is going to be primary, right? It should be the best, and this should be the secondary default route towards router number 3. So let me check the routing table of router 1, and even I am not going to check the entire routing table. Let me check the default route only. So IP route, and I am saying include 0.0.0.0. So you can see there is one default route 0.0.0/0, and from where this default route is coming? This default route is coming through OSPF routing protocol, and this is external prefixes, right? This is external prefixes with matrix type what E1, and next hop IP address is 12.1.1.2. So I am getting default route from router number 2 from the primary router in the routing table. That is fine, but in the database there should be 2 default route. So let me show you the database of OSPF. So IP OSPF database, and you can see guys, in the database there are 2 number of external LSA, LSA5. How many LSA5 are there? 2. Both routers are advertising LSA5, 2.2.2 also, 3.3.3, both the edge router, router 2 and router 3. 2.2.2 is the router ID of router 2, and 3.3.3 is the router ID of router 3, and both are advertising what? You can see the link ID information, default route 0.0.0, right? Why best is via router number 2? Why router 1 have installed this default route in the routing table? If you want to check that, you can open this LSA in detail. So IP OSPF database, and then we can say external LSA 0.0.0. So you can see here, you can see when 2.2.2 advertising router ID is 2.2.2, means when router 2 is advertising, that time metric is 1, and when 3.3.3 is advertising, at that time also metric is same, 1 1. Metric is same in both the LSA5. In the LSA5 of both routers, metric is same. Then what is the difference? Metric type. Here you can see when 2.2.2.2 is advertising, that time metric type is 1, and when 3.3.3 is advertising, then metric type is 2. And you know OSPF always prefer metric type 1 over metric type 2. So this is the reason why default route is installed via router number 2 in the routing table. But guys, issue over here is, see, so IP route, okay, issue over here is when this WAN link will goes down, then router 2 should not advertise default route, right? Then router 2 should not advertise default route whenever WAN link will goes down, because where you are going to configure default route on the edge router, will configure default route over here on this interface 0.0.0.0, here on this interface 0.0.0.0 towards ISP. So when this link will goes down, then default route should goes down, and when default route will goes down, when default route is not available in the database, then router 2 should not advertise the default route to the internal router. Yes or no? Yes. But maybe here I am running what? Albase command, default information originate albase. So if you are running albase command, then it will always advertise default route in OSPF. Doesn't matter default route exists in the routing table or not. Guys, if you don't know these concepts of OSPF, like the detailed information, if you don't know the all the LSAs of OSPF in detail, right? The metric types while redistribution, while advertising default information originate in the OSPF, then guys, definitely you need a proper training, right? And if you are someone who is already working in the networking industry, or you are just a fresher and want to enter in the industry, networking industry, you are looking for job but you are not able to crack the interview, then also you need a proper training for all the routing protocols, not only OSPF, BGP, EIGRP, right, ISIS, and many more concepts, networking concepts are there to troubleshoot this issue. Because here generally I am covering the routing part, like OSPF part only, correct? So if you want to master the networking skills, you should go with CCNA plus CCNP. If you have already knowledge of CCNA, no problem, you can directly go for CCNP. But CCNP is mandatory for every network engineer, because guys, every network engineer should master these all concepts. Then only they can troubleshoot the issue, right? Then only they can monitor the network. And if you want to master CCNA or CCNP any course, then must visit pmnetworking.in. We are starting CCNA plus CCNP combo batch soon, right? And timing is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. So it is in night in the India. So even if you are working professional, you can manage. Even I am also working professional. Apart from my job, I am teaching people, right? I am taking live classes. Apart from my job and live classes, sometimes I am making video for YouTube. But YouTube is not sufficient. YouTube videos are not sufficient to master the networking skills. If you already know the OSPF and want to learn the troubleshooting, then you can watch this video. But if you don't know the OSPF, then I cannot make you understand the troubleshooting over here. Okay? So that's why I'm saying, if you want to master these all things, if you are thinking that yes, I am lagging in these concepts, then you can check the course on pmnetworking.in when the batch is starting and you can enroll. I will meet you in the live class for the entire course. Now let's come to the point again. So what I told you here, if default route exists in the routing table of router 2, then router 2 should advertise default route in the OSPF domain. If default route is not available in the routing table, then it should not advertise. But guys, sometime here between ISP and your edge router, you will be running BGP, right? Through BGP you will be receiving some prefixes. So in that case, you will not configure default route towards ISP. Then how OSPF is going to advertise default route in OSPF domain? Because now default route is not required in the routing table of router, right? So there is no any default route running towards ISP. So in that case, I have to use albase command. Default information originate albase command. But if you are using default information originate albase command in this kind of scenario, then you have to use route map. Because you have to tell to OSPF routing protocol that, brother, until and unless this WAN link is up, then only advertise default route. If this WAN link is not available, then do not advertise default route. And I think same issue is there, right? Because according to the behavior, like how this topology is behaving, because we have verified the database of router number 1. In the database there are 2 LSA5. Both the edge routers are advertising, correct? Both the edge routers are advertising. In the routing table, we have seen the best, like default route is installed toward router number 2. Towards router number 2, we have verified the reason why, because here metric type is, when router 2 is advertising default route, then metric type is 1. When router 3 is advertising, then metric type is 2. So best will be via router number 2. But issue is when WAN link is going down, then also router 2 is advertising default route. So let me check, is albase command running there on router number 2? On router number 2, here I can say so run section OSPF, and here you can see guys, default information originate always metric type 1. This command is running. So in this case, so IP route, see, route is available in the routing table of router 2, so definitely OSPF is going to advertise the prefixes, and now router 2 should advertise the default route in OSPF domain. So that's why my end users are able to access internet. But if the WAN link will goes down, interface F1/0 shutdown. When WAN link will goes down, router 2 is going to remove default route from the routing table. Now you can see default route is not there. Now this default route is coming from router number 3 from the backup side. Right? Now there is no default route available in the routing table of router 2 towards internet. This default route is coming from, guys, router number 3. You can filter it. Right? So, but still router 2 is advertising default route. So IP OSPF database, you can see here 2.2.2, it is advertising default route. This is issue, and this is the reason why LAN users are not able to communicate. So should I remove always command? What will happen if I will remove always command? So IP OSPF 1, and now I am going to say here no to this command. No default information originate always metric type 1. If I will remove this command, and instead of this command, if I am going to write default information originate already there. So run section OSPF default information originate, and you can see with this command everything is working fine. With this command everything is working fine, guys. See, able to access internet. If WAN link will goes down, interface F1/0 shutdown. Port is already shut down, I think. So that means, let me say no shutdown. Port is up. Now let me trace route. Let me use trace route command once. Sorry. Again ping is working and WAN link is up. Do so IP route. Now default route is there in the routing table. You can see gateway of last resort is 1.1.1.2, which is the ISP router IP address, right? And all the LAN users are able to access internet. Let me use traceroute command here. Traceroute 8.8.8.8 source fast ethernet 2/0 and then numeric. You can see traffic is going via router number 2. Now it is performing load balancing. 12.1.1.2, then 13.1.1.3. So that means 2 default routes are there in the routing table of router 1. So IP route, yes, you can see 2 default routes are there. So now again I am going to make R2 as a primary router. So here I will use metric type on router number 2, router OSPF 1, and default information originate, and here I am going to call metric type 1. Sorry, only I am going to remove always command here. Always done. Now again go to router number 1 and check the routing table. So IP route. Now you can see default route is via router number 3. Why default route is via router number 3? Do so IP OSPF database, and so IP OSPF database external 0.0.0. Here metric type is 1 and here metric type is 2. So it should not perform load balancing now. So IP route. Yes, you can see default route is there via router number 2. So now if I am going to ping 8.8.8 guys, or trace route from the router number 1, if I am going to trace route, you can see traffic is going via router number 2. Traffic is going via router number 2 and ping is also working. Let me show you. Ping will also work. Ping 8.8.8. 8 and source f2/0 and repeat. I am going to say 1000. Ping is working. And now if the WAN link will goes down on router number 2, will failover work, guys? Interface f1/0 shut down. You can see failover is working now. Only one packet is dropped. Only one packet is dropped and failover is working fine. Now traffic is shifted towards router number 3. Again when the WAN link will come up, no shut here. Again you can see the traffic will be shifted. Only one packet is dropped. So now failover is working fine. But what if default route is not there in the routing table of router? Praful, if default route is not available, then how we can achieve the failover? Right, then I have to use albase command only. Then I have to use albase command only if we are running BGP between edge router and ISP. So in that case, what you can do, you can create one route map. And then we can say name of route map is, let's say, ABC, permit sequence number 10. I'm going to say match IP prefix list, match address prefix list, let's say A, match IP address prefix list A, right? And guys, now I'm going to create one prefix list, and in that prefix list I will allow the subnet which is running on this WAN link. So now until and unless this subnet will be there in the routing table of router 2, it will be advertising the default route, otherwise it will not advertise this default route. So IP prefix list A, and then here I am going to say permit 1.1.1.0/30. Done. And now router OSPF 1 and default information originate albase metric type, and now one metric type 1, and now I am going to call route map. Name of route map is ABC. Now your failover will work fine. Right, now you can see here, first of all let me trace route. You can see traffic is going via router number 3 because I think WAN link is down here. Interface f1/0, say no shut here. So IP OSPF database, only 3.3.3 is advertising default route. So IP OSPF neighbor. Okay, on router number 2, what happened? Do so run section OSPF default information originate route map ABC. That is fine. So it should advertise default route. So IP OSPF database, it is not generating LSA 5. So route map name is ABC. Here also make sure I have used the same route map name, ABC, metric type 1, default information. Okay, everything looks fine. Prefix list is A, so IP prefix list A, which is matching this subnet. Okay, and so IP route now this router should advertise default route. Clear IP OSPF process, say yes once. So IP OSPF database, no, it is not generating LSA 5 now. Do so IP prefix list 1.1.1.0/30 Okay, router OSPF 1 and default information originate always metric type 1 and route map metric type 1 and route map ABC. For now I am removing this command. Now do so run section OSPF. I am removing this command also. And now we can check one thing here, do so IP OSPF database. Now it is advertising the default route. Okay, so default information originate do so run section OSPF. Let me check. Default information originate command is there. So default information originate, I am going to add always command here, and then I am going to use metric type to prefer this path 1, and then I am going to call route map ABC. Route map ABC. Is there anything else? Nothing else. After running this command, why it is not advertising default route? Do so IP OSPF database. That means there is some error in the route map. Let me say no route map once, no route map ABC IP prefix list ABC permit sequence number 10, sorry, permit subnet is going to 1.1.1.0, then /30. Okay, and route map ABC permit sequence number 10 match IP address from prefix list ABC. Okay, and router OSPF 1 default information. Which command is running? First do so run section OSPF. I am going to remove this command, say no to this, and let me say default information originate always metric type 1 and ABC. Remove this command. Default information original always metric type 1 ABC. What is happening? No to this, and default information originate always route map ABC, right? Do so IP OSPF database. So guys, here on this particular order it is not working. I will check why it's not working. Okay, but my failover is at least working now. Now my failover is working. Only thing is I don't need to use always command, right? So do so run section OSPF. Here I am going to remove always command. Say no to this, and I am going to say default information originate and metric type 1. That's it. So IP OSPF database done. Now you can check, you can verify everything. Trace route, traffic is going via router number 2 and ping is working. If the WAN link will goes down on router number 2, interface F1/0 shut down, automatically traffic will shift to another link towards router number 2. You can see one packet is only dropped. Again, when this WAN link will come up, no shut, traffic will shift towards router number 2. So this was just a small troubleshooting of OSPF, and in next video guys I will also discuss about the route map command. Okay, I will also discuss about the route map command here, how we can use route map command. I will check what is the command, where is the issue, somewhere we have to check there is some issue, or maybe the subnet over here is 24. So run interface f1/0. Yes guys, here you can see subnet is what, /24, right? And in the prefix list I have used what, /30. So this is the reason. Let me correct it. IP prefix list ABC, I am going to say no to this, right? Now there is no any IP prefix list. Do so IP prefix list. One prefix list is here with name E. No IP prefix list even E. I have removed this also. Okay, now there is no any prefix list. Do so route map. So there is one route map with name ABC. In this route map I have called prefix list ABC. Now I am going to create same prefix list which I have already called in route map. So IP prefix list ABC and permit 1.1.1.0/24. Right, this was the mistake. On the WAN interface I was running /24, and in the prefix list I was using /30. Now router OSPF 1 and default information originate always. Now you can use always keyword, matrix type 1 and then route map ABC. That's it. Now you can verify the database. So IP OSPF database, you can see both routers are generating the LSA1. Now if the WAN link will goes down, again failover will work. Now on router number 1 you can see ping is working. I am going to down the WAN link. Now doesn't matter default route is available in the routing table of router 2 or not. Shut down. See, okay, no shutdown. This will be used when you are running BGP, or you are you have configured any static route, or like you can say if default route is not there in the routing table of router. If default route is not configured on the edge router and you want that your router should advertise default route in OSPF domain, then we will always use always command. With the always command, what is the issue? If WAN link is going down, then also router is advertising default route. In that case, LAN user cannot access internet. So here I have to use route map, right? I will again make video on this route map concept in the OSPF, like while originating the default route. Okay, so that's all guys for today. If you have learned anything from this video, please hit on like button. If you have any question, query, concern, please let me know in the comment section. If the video was informative for you, and if you want more videos like this, please share your feedback in this comment section. Your feedback is very important for us. Or if you don't want to write the sentence, just type yes in the comment section. Once you will type yes, I will get to know that this video was helpful for you. You want more videos like this. It will motivate me to make more videos like this, to work hard, right? Because I will get to know that you guys are learning from my videos. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Till then, stay safe. Bye bye.